Took coupons to save money, on the groceries that you buy. Get double coupons on Wednesday. I just wasn't sure that there were people out there making decisions that were thinking about how it was to raise kids like mine. And I thought, in a representative form of government, we need all kinds of people to be represented, including people like me.
He listened to those close friends and was elected Lieutenant Governor of Arkansas in 1993. By 1996, Huckabee was running for the United States Senate, with polls showing him the clear front runner. But on a late afternoon in May of 1996, the sitting Arkansas governor was convicted of felonies as part of the Whitewater investigation and resigned. Huckabee put aside his Senate ambitions and put his state first. He assumed the governorship in July of 1996.
So help me God. When I was 8 years old, my father took me to meet the governor of Arkansas at a lake that he was coming to dedicate. And he said to me, "Now, son, I'm going to take you down and meet the governor because you may live your whole life and you may never, ever meet a governor." And my father died just 3 months before I was sworn in, and I've often said the one thing I wish he'd lived long enough to see was that kid he thought would never meet a governor actually become one.
Arkansas now had a conservative in the governor's office after years of one-party domination. Huckabee was only the fourth Republican since Reconstruction to hold the statewide office. After taking office under difficult conditions, the young governor immediately went to work. He announced a toll-free hotline to take public tips about corruption in government, and the response was overwhelming. He brought in a balanced budget each year, and he got tough on crime. 16 times on lonely nights, he gave the final go-ahead for an execution to take place. He demanded that state government use technology to make it cheaper to deliver services, and he fought to use all of the money from the tobacco lawsuit settlement for better health care. Governor Huckabee also built the innovative Our Kids First program that led the nation and cut the number of uninsured children in Arkansas by half. In 2003, the governor quietly embarked on a personal health journey that led to a weight loss of more than 100 pounds. He began a morning walk that eventually turned into a morning jog, and that led to the completion of 3 marathons. His quiet perseverance sparked a national health dialogue about the complex wellness issues facing America.
In Arkansas, Governor Mike Huckabee is on a mission. He worked off 100 pounds after a doctor's warning. Now he's considering financial incentives for state employees who eat right.
But healthcare is not the only area where this dynamic young Republican has had an impact on life in Arkansas. He led the largest highway construction program in state history and implemented the largest tax cut Arkansas had ever seen. Governor Huckabee has increased education standards for teacher pay and accountability. In Arkansas, student test scores have gone up and dropout rates down. He went to visit our brave troops in Iraq and Afghanistan and called the experience life-changing. He led trade delegations to Mexico, Taiwan, China, and Japan. Over 35 years, he has visited virtually every continent. This is a leader who understands that Americans have to pay attention to what is happening in the Asian markets if we're going to protect American jobs. After years of making real change in Arkansas, Mike Huckabee's fellow governors recognized his efforts by electing him chairman of the National Governors Association.
My parents would be amazed that, a kid like me could even be on the list. But they would also, I think, realize that that's exactly what they raised me to believe. That this is a great place in which to live. And what makes it great is not because we're all born rich, because we're not. What makes it great is that you don't have to be born rich to be able to dream dreams and see them fulfilled.
A country, I believe, that's really wanting someone who feels like they're a part of their situation. And Mike can make people very at ease. He has an incredible